This episode's going to be a little bit different. Typically, you guys are used to seeing me with a bow in the hand, but we're switching spots. So the person behind the camera is going to get in front of the camera, and me with a bow, I'm putting the bow down and going to get back behind the camera, something that I used to do a lot more. She said I didn't have to, and she's very appreciative, but I wanted to. She's helped me out so much this year, and it's so cool seeing her in her first archery season. So if I can, pause my season for a couple days and come down here and give her a hand, I owe it. So it's been cool to see. She's learning a ton, and she's having fun with it. We'll see at the end of the season if she still loves archery. Hunting began over 2 million years ago, and the distance between who we are as hunters, following in the footsteps of those before us, and unfortunately what we are becoming today in modern times. That is the Primal Divide. All right, so we're down here in Ohio. Leslie and Troy, they've got access to a property down here. It's been hunted a lot in the past, but it hasn't been set up with food plots. There's some ag crop on it. So what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna plant a couple of plots, small plots in here, tuck them into some corners and some edges, get a tree stand hung. But I think by the end of the day, we're gonna have a food plot, trail camera, tree stand hung, and we'll even get Leslie up in the tree a little bit so she can practice start shooting her bow from a down angle like that.
So we just got back from Colorado, here in Iowa now at F6 Outdoors, making a couple tweaks to my bow before the Ohio whitetail season starts. This is gonna be my first archery season, so I'm super excited. We'll see what happens.
It's Leslie's season right now. So we're in Ohio, Southern Ohio. Tomorrow is the opener. So we're just doing a few last minute things. We've got a mock scrape that we're starting here really close to the tree stand. A couple of the products that we're using here is Mrs. Dopey. Sam Calora in Southeast Iowa is a really good buddy of mine. He has a great product. We've got this fresh Dopey right here. And also we've got some Black Widow, this branch butter. Love putting that on the branches to encourage kind of that signpost. That's that communication, creating that social network. Started using it a couple years ago. Ben Rising from Whitetail Edge got me turned on to these guys, and I've had a ton of luck with it.
Tomorrow's opening day. I'm getting super nervous, excited, mix of emotions.
Okay.
Making him work today. Number 2 here in Ohio. Last night we had a couple does come in, and already I know what it's like to get your heart rate up and feel your heart literally pumping blood. My ears were ringing. So, I prematurely moved, and now I kind of have a better understanding of noise discipline and what it takes to be an archery hunter. So, hopefully tonight we can get it done. The week started out with 28 degrees, and now it is 70 degrees out. So it's November 6th. Probably the last day I have to sit alone because Johnny tagged out 2 days ago, and now he's on his way down to Ohio. I had to call in some reinforcements.
So we're right here in this real brushy old fence line, and there's just a ton of fence crossings all through here, tracks everywhere, a lot of fresh signs. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and clear this area out and set up a pop-up blind and brush it in real good for Leslie. And this will also be a nice spot that she can hunt, and it'll be a little bit easier for her to get into, slip into here. and also be able to film and bow hunt out of as she spends maybe the next couple of days. And trying to get this stuff as low as we can, and then we'll start kind of clearing out some of the old sticks and leaves, just to keep the noise down too whenever she's in here, if she needs to move around in the blind. Another thing people can do if you're wanting to put in a blind like this, I've even seen people take old carpet or even an old floor mat, welcome mat you got at the house. Maybe the wife wanted to change it out and go with a different color, or it's got a different message on it or something like that, But even having something like that to put underneath your feet just keeps some of that movement sound down. I was fortunate enough to get back to Iowa and get my, one of my target bucks down there. So since I was tagged out, I told her, I said, hey, I'm gonna drive the 8 hours back down here, and we're gonna finish this thing off. So this morning didn't go as planned, but hopefully we'll have a little bit better afternoon.
Day 8. Yesterday morning, I chose to sit in the blind, and the trail cams went off here at the food plot and at another spot. So today we switced it up.
She's about to go down. Just give her a little bit of time.
Yeah, that was the biggest rush of adrenaline. I'm like still shaking.
That was good. Shot looks good. She bedded down once in the food plot out here, and then bedded down again, just 2 foot inside the timber. So we'll see.
She's right. Awesome. I can't believe we found him. We had to go to the next door neighbor and get permission to go on his property. We weren't sure if he was going to give it to us, and he did. So I'm so happy right now. Oh my gosh.
Hey, traditional.
Thank you so much. Seriously. Thank you.
So I spotted her before I got through the multifloras.
Yeah.
And that's why I was like, won't you go in front of me?
I don't know what to do. I was like, oh my God, there she is. So we really thought that once she crossed the neighbor's fence, we were done. In Ohio, you have to ask permission from the property owner, and we weren't sure about him, but we went over, knocked on his door. He was super friendly, and he gave us permission. So we came back to where we last tracked blood. We're able to cross over into his property, and it was only really like about 50 yards, and I'm so glad we were able to recover her because we knew that she was going to expire anyway. So yeah, I'm stoked about my first archery whitetail. It only took 9 days, but got it done, and of course with the help of John, so guiding me through my shot. But I'm super stoked and I'm super happy.
And she's been grinding it out in the worst possible weather conditions. These are days that none of us would be hunting, but when you're on a destination hunt, you don't have a choice. You have to hunt every day. And she's been doing it anyways. So to be in the tree with her for her first archery kill has been super, super cool. So it's the first time I've been able to take somebody and really teach them and spend a season and see how it all plays out, and then be there at the end, to be sitting right next to her, running a camera for her whenever it all came together. It's a real cool experience, and I like the whole pay it forward kind of a concept. But now the next lesson is field dressing, and this is where I'm going to have a blast, sitting back and watching her field dress this deer.
But I also couldn't do it without Donna and Dusty. They have literally been, I'm gonna start to cry, but they have been like so supportive with me coming out here. They've offered up their farm for me turkey hunting, and it's always been a place that I can come and learn. And I appreciate them so much because they've been like really good friends to me. And I'm super grateful for my husband and my kids, because Lord knows I spent a lot of time on the road just trying to learn. I didn't grow up hunting, so I'm learning, and it's like trying to learn and absorb everything all at once, and I just want to keep on going, keep on learning, and they've been so supportive. I'm sure they want me to come home to actually cook them dinner and not have to Uber Eats all the time, but I'm super grateful to F6 as well. They actually got my bow set up for me, so that's a huge deal for me. They custom did my strings because I'm short, so I have a shorter draw length, but it takes a lot of people and behind the scenes supporting me to be able to carry out something that I find for myself very therapeutic. So I definitely want to take a moment to recognize everybody behind the scenes also.
Under Armour Forest all-season camo, designed, tweaked, and rigorously tested for one purpose: to keep you concealed, no matter the season. Built with our powerful coincidental disruption pattern that effectively breaks up your outline. Executed in a color palette inspired by the variable hardwood environment, so you stay hidden, whether you're hunting in early spring growth or the bare hardwoods of late winter. One camo, all seasons.
Somehow Leslie got me back down here in Ohio. It's a lot colder than it was last time. But she's got a straight wall book tag, and this is a property that she picked up all on her own. She set up her blind, she brushed it in, she's got trail cameras out. So we're gonna see if the young grasshopper has graduated. Just let me know before you shoot. Just put it right on his shoulder.
Come on, stop.
If you want me to, if he's,
Stay still.
I can just give him a little man to stop him if he's in a good spot for you.
Okay.
Hold on.
I'm on him.
All right, whenever you're ready.
Okay. I just shot one, but I don't know if I'm shaking because I'm cold or if the adrenaline is making me shake because it's 19 degrees outside.
Well, if we are out of the blind early, that means Leslie just shot something, you know? So we're gonna go over here to impact. We've watched the video a couple of different times, and she knows that it's a good pass through. Looks like it's a good double lung hit. So we know that where this deer took off. So yeah, I'm gonna grab the camera and follow her and let her do her thing. And hopefully he did not get all the way down in the bottom, because it's super thick down there. But if he did, then we'll just have more work. We'll get warmed up.
Well, that didn't take long. He literally probably ran 100 yards and just fell over.
Not even. He's 50 yards. Good job.
Yep.
That's the first one with the 350.
First one with the 350. Fun fact, second whitetail in the United States.
Go check him out.
So typically John gets his stuff done at Old Barn, but since we're here in Ohio and I have to travel back to Pennsylvania, we found a meat processor, Manning's meat processor, and they were able to take care of everything in 3 days. Got everything frozen, skinned, skull capped for us. Even had time to do specialty sausage, so I'm excited about that. Got some summer sausage for myself and both John to take back to his family. So we're gonna throw everything in the grizzly, pack it with some ice, and then some of it's also gonna head back with John to Old Barn.
This next hunt started before we even had a chance to start filming anything. As I've said before, I'm very fortunate to get to do what it is that I do, but it takes an army. There's a ton of people, past, present, and future, that are going to be behind the scenes that keep this thing going, and for that I'm very appreciative. Out here at the lease, this plot was planted like 4 years ago, and it's done good, but it's time. You know, we've had a couple of droughts and things like that, and you know, with perennial clover seed, they still have a life expectancy. Usually, you know, if you can get 3 to 4 years out of a plot, you're doing really good. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna frost seed with the Comeback Kid and the Hot Chick from Domain. The Hot Chick is clover and chicory, and we're actually going to blend it with the Comeback Kid, which is clover and alfalfa. So we're just mixing both of these together. We've gone all the way around the outside of this plot, and I've got one little pass here to make to finish this up. And then the center of the plot, we'll come back, you know, with kind of a rape or a turnip, collard greens, you know, we'll come back with a mix, you know, this fall. So see how things go. Maybe we'll get one more last snow here in Iowa. If not, we'll have a bunch of those rains that's going to get that seed, you know, into the soil. We've got good seed soil contact already just because this plot has been thinning out so much.